Hello everyone present in SEKE conference. Let me introduce about myself. My name is Cristiano José Richard Machado. I am a student of the academic master's degree in computer engineering from the University of Pernambuco. In this video, I will be making the presentation of the work with the title An Investigation of Students' Behavior in Discussion Forums using Educational Data Mining. Before starting, I would like to thank the chair for the opportunity to present this work through this video. Come on! In this presentation, we are to address the following topics: Introduction, Theoretical Foundation, Experiments, Results and Discussions, and Conclusions. Introduction. In the current educational landscape, demand for distance learning has shown growth rates increasing. These results guarantee the distance learning one leadership position among the types of education in Brazil. Part of technological solutions used in distance education is contained in so-called virtual learning environments. The growth of distance education has motivated the academic community and boosted the development of scientific research. These studies is favored because of distance learning environments possess the ability to accumulate in your database a lot of information that's valuable for the analysis of students' behavior. Majority of this information refers to the communication generated by the students through the existing tools in the distance learning environments, such as discussion forums, chats, and digital medium postings. According to Azevedo, the development of students in discussion forums is an important activity for building technology. By analyzing the interaction of students in the forums, the teacher can diagnose relevant information about students. On the other hand, due to the large volume of data, the analysis of this information requires the help of specific tools. In this context, a strategy widely used today is the educational data mining. Bittencourt and Costas define educational data mining as an emerging area of research that seeks to develop, adapt, and apply methods for the discovery of key knowledge in order to identify data sets from large information bases in educational systems. The objective of this study is to present an investigation developed with students, teachers, and tutors of undergraduate courses in distance education intends to examine behavioral patterns of students concerning interaction in the forums of the analyzed disciplines as a way to identify groups with common characteristics. Theoretical Foundation. Educational data mining is an academic field of research that seeks to obtain from the data stored in educational environments new and useful information in order to develop and strengthen the cognitive theories and teaching and learning. Key knowledge discovered can help teachers conduct their classes better, identifying difficulties, understanding better the learning process of students, and improving teaching methods. The educational data mining is related to the application of traditional techniques data mining in the several data fields of application in educational settings, and that mostly arise from the distance learning environments. Gotardo, Kestner, and Noronha propose that the representation of actions taken by a student in a virtual learning environment can be divided into three dimensions, seeking to contemplate the several aspects of use and interaction as shown in the figure. The first dimension aims to identify data represent characteristics of planning, organization, and student time management for the course. The second dimension proposed of this dimension is to analyze characteristics that come to see if students interact with each other using the available tools of the virtual learning environment. The third and last dimension aims to investigate how teachers or tutors interact with students in the context of the virtual learning environment. According to Baker, educational data mining can be divided into 5 primary categories. One of these categories is called clustering. The clustering category aims to split the data into groups that share similar characteristics. This work focuses on the cluster analysis techniques through Kamin's algorithm and the technique silhouette index as a method of evaluation of clusters during the review process of the groups. Experiments. In this work, Moodle data were collected. The learning management system more used between higher education offering instructions distance education courses in Brazil. The completion of the experiments was based on data from 46 students of the discipline Educational Organization and Public Policy of the course Physical Education. The selected attributes for this work were based on the studies realized by Gotthard, Kästner and Noronha, which were associated with various attributes of the virtual learning environment Moodle to each of the 3 students' interaction dimensions. 7 attributes were considered related actions of the students in the discussion forums. As we can see in the table, the attributes are distributed in the 3 dimensions, which are general profile of use of the virtual learning environment, student-student interaction, bidirectional interaction student-teacher. These attributes were used in this work during the process of data mining. Starting the pre-processing of data, a 2-dimensional table is built, containing the list of students associated with their respective values for each attribute. Then, the table was submitted to the pre-processing and data transformation in order to improve the quality of the data mining process. Such procedure involved the following steps: analysis of raw data, cleaning the data, identification of outliers. In some cases, we have been identified teachers who were registered as students in the platform, and this possessed a large number of interactions. And removal of outliers, standardization, analysis of transformed data. The scenarios examined in this study is based on the variation of the number of groups. We consider scenarios with the number of groups ranging from 2 minimum and 7 maximum. For each value of k, scenarios was considered containing the attributes of each of the 3 dimensions individually. In addition to the individual analysis of the 3 dimensions, we were also performed simulations considering the 3 dimensions simultaneously. In total, they were considered 24 scenarios. These results, with the formation of the groups, were subsequently subjected to analysis of silhouette index. As output, the silhouette index displays in percentage the quality of clustering formed by Kamin's algorithm. Was selected the scenario that had better quality percentage to determine the best number of groups, value of k, analyzing all dimensions simultaneously. The best scenario was chosen for the analysis stage of groups and the analysis of the behavior aspects of students. After identifying the best distribution of students according to the number of groups, it was possible to draw a profile of groups based on their interactions. Result and discussions. To the 46 students on the discipline analyzed, it was found that the best result in the formation of group process, considering the set attributes of the first and second and third dimension simultaneously, occurred with k equals 7. In this scenario, the quality of clustering was estimated at 28.5%, as shown in table. According to the statistical values related to the attributes for students clusters were formed, it's possible to identify some important features for each group. Group 1. Greater involvement by the students than teacher or tutors. Group 2. Did not stand out and of the characteristics related to the interaction student-student and student-teacher. Group 3. Smaller interaction with distance learning platform. The interaction of the group 4 is of the students of this group in posts of teachers or tutors in the second worst result. Group 5 represent students with more interaction with distance learning platform. Group 6 good level of interaction students with teachers or tutors of the course. And the Group 7 satisfactory level of the interaction through postings on the distance learning platform. Conclusions. Discussion forums is an important feature in virtual learning environments. We can affirm that through the forums, one can notice the individual participation of students, discussing the topics of the courses and contributing to the construction of the collective knowledge. Analyzing the students of educational organization and public educational policy discipline can form in 7 groups with very particular characteristics. The result of the identification of the characteristics of groups of students can help in teachers plan their class better, identifying the possible difficulties of students, better understand the learning process of students, and improving teaching methods. To obtain better results for future works, analysis will be made that, in addition to quantitative characteristics, incorporate qualitative aspects to obtain results that can infer possible learning problems of students. Another relevant aspect for future works concern a proposal that incorporates assessment of external quality of the clustering in order to identify an optimal clustering model. Thank you everyone for the attention, and I would be very happy to receive any questions or comments about our work for my email cjrm@ecomp.poly.br. Enjoying the SEKE conference.